Hello everyone, TimeToGrind here, and today I wanted to talk about a game that I recently just discovered by pure chance, and that is Spellsworn. Now, Spellsworn is a very interesting game for me, because personally, it came out apparently, as of recording this video, 4 days ago, but it's been in like a beta for at least like 3 years. It's kind of hard for me to find information about it, just because it has a decent player base, but it's not like huge, so there's not like, you know, the subreddit being really active that I can look back in time. I just see posts from 3 years ago talking about changes. But what Spellsworn is it's kind of like BattleRite a little bit, if you know what BattleRite is. BattleRite's kind of blown up, so it's you should know. But you know, there's an arena, and you know, you're kind of just playing in the arena, and it's you try to survive and kill the other people. And Spellsworn is, I think there are team modes, but the main mode's free for all. And the one thing I just want to say, because you know you're seeing gameplay of it right now, the graphics don't look that great. The game isn't that amazingly polished, and that have originally put me off a little bit. I was a little kind of skeptical. I don't know. I don't think that's the word for it, but you know, I was originally very cautious about it, and it's free to play, by the way. So there's no harm in just downloading. It literally took my internet literally 4 seconds to download. I counted. So you know, it's free to play, and as of right now, there's no monetization in it. You can't spend anything. I think it says there's a shop that will be coming soon, but mainly, what's so awesome about this game is the the free-for-all mode. And what it is at the beginning of every round, there's like a buying phase, and you have a couple gold to spend. I think you start off with like 45, and there's different attack spells, there's different defense spells, there's different kind of movement spells and utility spells, and you can have like a certain amount of spells from each, and once the shopping phase ends, you go to the mode, and it's last man standing, you know, gets a point and stuff like that. And I think you also get additional points for killing more people and stuff like that, because there were games where, like, I didn't win the most rounds, like, survive the most rounds, but I won the game because I got a lot of kills or stuff like that. So I don't really know how exactly the scoring system works. I just know, obviously, you want to get kills and try to survive. But it's really interesting because on top of buying the skills, you can also upgrade the skills 2 different times. And each skill has a certain amount of damage and what it does, and then they each have something, it does something extra if you upgrade it. And what's interesting is most of the time it's good to upgrade skills, but it's not always... They're not always direct upgrades. Sometimes they're kind of side upgrades or kind of stuff like that, but most of the time it's good to upgrade it. But there's this whole strategy of like, do I want to just off the bat get like 6 different spells, that way I have 6 different cooldowns and I can keep spamming all these abilities, or do I want to get 1 or 2 and keep, you know, upgrading those a lot, so I just have 2 really upgraded spells or something like that. And after each round, you go back to a buying phase, you get a little bit more gold. At any point, you can sell the spells you've bought for full value. So even if you bought it the first round, if you're on the 4th round, you can still sell the spells for the full value. So if you realize, like, okay, I don't think this lightning spell is doing a whole lot, you can just sell it and then use that money to buy a different spell or upgrade your spells or something. And it's just really awesome. The gameplay really heavily revolves around knockback as well. And it's one of those games where everyone has 100 health, but each spell only does around like 5 to 10 damage. So you live for a very long time. So it's a game where you're constantly... the games last long. It's not like, you know, a game where you're gonna die in like 3 abilities. It's gonna take a while to die. And on top of that, each of the maps have something kind of oozing into the middle, whether it be poison or fire or acid or something like that. And obviously, if you get hit out there, you start taking damage per second very fast, so you want to get back in. But it reminds me a lot of... It was based on like a Warcraft mod, like some Warcraft mods. I think they were calling it Warlock or something. So if you ever played something like that, this is based off of that. I'm not sure if it's like Legion TD2, where the original creators of Legion TD are making Legion TD2. I don't know if that's the case with Spellsworn, but it is based off of that, and it's just really fun. Like I said, the game's not a whole... It's not perfectly kind of polished. There's definitely a lot of polishing that could go into the game, but the raw gameplay is there. there's not like matchmaking or anything like that. A lot of the times you just got to use the server browser, but it's cool that it has that. Pretty much in my experience, I've just been playing with a couple friends and like bots and stuff like that. I haven't really played with random people a whole lot. But just the gameplay was just so spectacular for me that I was like, I just had to make a video about it. Like, I learned about this about a day or two ago, and I was like, okay, I really need to tell people about this game, because on average, I think the game came out a couple days ago, and it has an average 24-hour player count of like 250 or something, which is good for a game like this, but it's a free-to-play game. It's amazing. It's fun. It needs to have more players. So I definitely recommend you guys, like I said, to just try it out. It's on Steam. It's free. It's a download that is instantly going to download for most of you guys, and if not, it's not a big download at all. So even if you don't have the best download speed, it's not going to take you a whole lot of time like downloading other games. It's so unique, and the main thing about it that I just haven't seen anywhere else is the whole buying and upgrading your skills and spells, because there's so many of them, and so you really kind of change your strategy. And the fact that it doesn't punish you between rounds, like, you know, a lot of games you would expect it, if it was like this, you'd buy a spell and next, you know, round or whatever, you wouldn't be able to sell it for full value, but you can always sell everything for full value. So if you realize, like, okay, you know, these people are really good at, you know, running away, maybe I'm going to spell this, you know, magic grappling hook thing. That way I can pull people to me or stuff like that. So you can kind of play on the fly. And also it's really nice because when you're new to the game, you can kind of be like, okay, I want to try this, this, and this. And then it's like, okay, well, I don't really like these two, but I kind of like this. So you sell the two that you don't like, you buy, you know, two more. And it's really, really awesome. And I unfortunately think that the graphics and overall how polished the game is going to hold the game back a little bit, because if you look at a game like Battlerite is insanely polished. The graphics are great. And the way their UI works and everything is spectacular. Obviously, they've had a little more time to do it, and I'm assuming probably a little bigger team, but that doesn't change the fact that this game is amazing and fun. So, if anything, even if the player base isn't, you know, the best, the bots are still great, and I haven't really had any issue for the most part. There's been a couple quirky things the bots have done, but overall the bots are good. So you know, even if you're just playing with your friends or you're playing with one friend and adding a couple bots, it's definitely still a lot of fun, and I would highly recommend it, especially because it's free and it's awesome. And the game did only come out, technically it launched 4 days ago for making this video, so there's a lot further this game can go. You know, I'm talking about it not being that polished now, but you know, and they could have an update in a month that completely reworks the UI, and it's not necessarily the UI that's bad for me, it's kind of just the menu, and just the graphics on the menu and the way you interact through it. But you know, they could fix all that. I don't see them really overhauling the entire graphics, but the graphics themselves aren't the worst. It's just they look a little outdated, but that's fine because the gameplay, the graphics show what they need to show, and that's it. They don't really they don't need to exaggerate the graphics a whole lot. But either way, I just wanted to make a quick video telling you guys about Spellsworn. I cannot talk this morning. And just I highly recommend it because it's spectacular. But either way, if you guys enjoyed this video, then consider leaving a like down below and subscribing to see more content. It really helps out a lot. I have videos every Wednesday and Sunday, so if you subscribe or whatnot, you'll get notifications for that. Also, if you don't know, I am streaming on Twitch normally every day except for Monday and Wednesday. I stream from around 7 to 7:30 for, you know, stream normally lasts for like 2 to 3 hours, so definitely go ahead and follow me on Twitch if you want to. The description will have my link for Twitch and everything. It's just TimeToGrind Gaming, not that hard. But yeah, like always guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and see you guys next time.